Hi everyone. I want to throw up a quick content warning, trigger warning. I am going to be showing the xylazine wounds that I had and the surgery and medical procedures that I had afterwards in order to correct those wounds. So if you've been following me, you've probably seen the after pictures of the surgery, or you might have even noticed the scars on my arms and my neck. So this is also going to show the wound, so it's going to be a little more gruesome than what you normally see. So just a fair warning here, but this video is for educational purposes because I think a lot of people have misinformation about xylazine and exactly what happens. So I just want to spread some awareness about what it is and what happens to our bodies when we're using it and how you can get off of it. So xylazine is a animal sedative. It is not made for human consumption. It is a synthetic manufactured substance and it is very dangerous. So what it does is it restricts our blood vessels and it makes it hard for blood to flow through to the body. So it doesn't matter how you ingest this substance, it can create these kind of wounds, and I'm going to show those wounds now. So if that is going to bother you, please look away or fast forward for I don't know, 30 seconds or so. So these are the wounds that I got. I was using the substance. I did not know that's what I was getting, but that is what was in the substances that I was procuring from Kensington. So I developed these wounds and I thought maybe if I just cleaned them really well, they would eventually go away, and that is not what happened. They kept getting worse and worse, and that is what happens with xylazine because it is restricting the blood flow. It is slowly decaying the tissue in your body. So people end up with necrosis, which is a blackening of the tissue. Um, and you need surgery. It needs to be cleaned properly by medical professionals. It is not going to get better on its own, and it needs to be taken care of immediately. You can get septic shock. You can the necrosis can keep going, and it will just get worse. So in my case, I had to go to the hospital and have a debridement surgery on both of my arms, and I am going to insert the pictures here. So again, medical devices are going to be shown. If that's going to bother you, please skip ahead. But these are the devices. I had the surgery. They had to put PICC lines in my groin and my chest because the xylazine had destroyed my veins to the point where they could not get an IV in me. So we had to use a PICC line in 2 different areas. I was in the hospital for a month recovering from the surgery, waiting for the infection to go away. And what you're seeing here, these blue, like they're kind of like coffee stirrer almost material, but they're rubber, and they are looped underneath my skin and over through the top. So if you think of how if you get a piercing, they make you get the a hoop or a ring so you can move it around to prevent it from infecting. That is what they're doing here, and I had to continuously move those tubes around and put cleaning solution in the holes for about 2 weeks until I went back and had the tubes removed. So, it is a very lengthy process and healing time, and it can wreak havoc on your body if you let it go for too long. So, if you are ingesting substances that may have xylazine, if you have any kind of wounds, abscesses, anything like that, please go seek medical help immediately. It will not get better. People are losing their limbs. People are in very dire situations because of this. If you haven't looked up like the xylazine wounds or seen any of the videos coming out of Kensington, it is a very serious serious problem right now. And there is an even stronger version of the substance now called medetomidine. I probably butchered that, but um, so it's even stronger now, and they're putting more of it in substances. The scary thing is, when I went to jail, I didn't have any opiates in my system, and I thought that's what I was getting. It was just xylazine. So that is what people are getting now, and they're telling you that it's just normal stuff. Most people are not disclosing that it is this awful substance. So the other thing is that xylazine, there are now treatment centers that specifically detox people from xylazine. You need specialized treatment because this is not an opiate. Normal MET methods are not going to work. It is not going to comfort you. It is not going to help with the withdrawal symptoms. You need specialized care. You need to go to a specialized detox facility. When I was in the hospital, all they wanted to give me was Tylenol. And I understand they're probably sick of seeing addicts like me coming in and out of there who never change, and they're just probably sick of it. But I was treated pretty awful while I was there in the hospital, and it was a very scary situation. It was very painful. I tried taking off all of my medical devices multiple times and walking out of that hospital because I was in such agony. And I want to remind people that when you are in active addiction, your brain is literally telling you that that substance is more important than air, that you need it to survive. It is the only thing you need to survive. It is more important than air, water, food, your family. It's more important than anything. That is what our brain chemistry is telling us when we are in active addiction. That is why it is a disease. It is not just something you can turn on and off. When you are in active addiction and your brain is in that mode, you're in survival mode, and it is telling you that you need that substance to survive. So while I was in the hospital, I had people bring substances to me in the hospital because they would not give me anything to help with the comfort, to ease the symptoms of my detox. I'm not proud of that by any means, but that is the lengths that addicts will go through when they're denied medical assisted detox while they're in your care. I hope that facilities have gotten better about this. The thing is that because this is not an opiate and traditional MET methods do not work, the substances that they would have to give you are along the lines of ketamine and anti-anxiety medications, most of which doctors don't want to give addicts. And I understand why. They are also addictive substances that people can abuse. So that the truth is, it's more about harm reduction and easing people into sobriety, meeting them where they're at and helping them get over that awful hump that makes people scared to go seek help in the first place because they know they're going to suffer, especially coming off of xylazine. That is why we need harm reduction in this world. It makes it so people can actually get off of these substances and receive the care that they need instead of just punishing them. So the epidemic that's happening with the xylazine right now is absolutely horrendous. So if you are dealing with that, if you have any kind of wounds like this, if you know that you're getting xylazine and you want help, please seek out one of these specialized xylazine detox facilities to help you get off of the substance. It is possible. Recovery is possible. You deserve to have a wonderful, fulfilling life, the life beyond your wildest dreams, as they say, because everybody deserves that. Nobody deserves to suffer. So if you're struggling or you know somebody who is struggling, please reach out for help. Please do some research. If you need help, on my Facebook page, there is a pinned post with resources, national resources. You can look up resources there and find something that's local to you. Find the help that you actually need, whether it's mental health, whether it's substances, trauma, self-harm, whatever it is that you're dealing with. Please find help, and please find it soon before it's too late. Anyway, thanks for listening.